So Module 6, extension of Module 5, all right? We have the same concept. Again, once again, I can't stop saying this enough. We have our island. I don't know why I draw it all wavy, but I always do, okay? Now, though, again, when you read these problems, we need to figure out what our problem is. Now, a lot of times there's words up front describing the reaction. You can read it or not. You know, sodium phosphate, blah, 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 and barium nitrate are soluble salts. Barium phosphate, however, is insoluble. Okay, that's fine. As shown here, here's the reaction. Okay, mixing together solutions of sodium phosphate and barium nitrate produce precipitate of barium phosphate. So so here's the question. This is what we look for every single time. How many grams of barium phosphate? So again, find that up here. How many, darn it, it's supposed to be a dot, grams. How much of that stuff can be made from the reaction of, okay? So we have 3.50 grams of sodium phosphate. So we have 3.50 grams of that stuff. 6.4 grams. 6.40 grams. So again, when you start these problems, identify everything. What are we looking for? What are we starting with? Okay. And so that'll kind of help you think of how you're going to get there. Now, again, real quick, 3 sig figs. 3 sig figs. So our answer will have 3 significant figures. We don't have to think about that anymore. We are done with that part. Okay, this is going to be a 2-part problem. What we're going to do first, again, like everything else, okay, we take a boat to the island. We go to something. And then we're going to take that something to something else. And then, ultimately, we're going to take a boat off the island. Okay. But now we have this concept. And I'll do a separate video that explains this concept a little bit differently. But we have the concept that now we know we have 2 things going to the island. 2 things going here. And both of them are leaving. So, okay. So we're going to start this off by saying you just do 2 separate problems, okay? You just do 2 separate ones, and then I'll show you where we go in a second. So let's start this. Let's just do the first one as if that were the only thing we had. So we have 3.50 grams sodium phosphate, Na3PO4. Okay. That one, 163.94. 163.94 grams of sodium phosphate in a mole. Okay, now look at the reaction. We have 2 moles of Na3PO4 for every, what color are we going to? We're going to this color. For every 1 mole of barium phosphate. May as well go that last step. For every 1 mole of Ba3PO4 to there's 601.84 grams. Okay. And so that, if we did that reaction as it is, we would make 6.42 grams of Ba3PO4 Okay. So, starting with the 3.5 grams of sodium phosphate. Now, let's do it one more time, but this time we're going to start with 6.40 grams of barium nitrate. Okay. Here's 261.32. grams of barium nitrate in a mole. Okay, again, from our reaction up above, for every 3 moles of barium nitrate, we have 1 mole of barium phosphate, Ba3PO4, 2. And then for every 1 mole of that stuff, we have 601.84 grams. Okay, so that equals 4.91 grams. Okay, and without getting into this too much, I don't want you to think about this too much. Common mistakes here. People add these two numbers together because they think you're going to make both of those. It takes both of these things to make, this product. You add them both together. So you can't, it's not just magic that you just add this one and you make that much with nothing else, and then you add this one and you make that much with nothing else. That's not how it works. Okay? You mix them both together and then you make this stuff. And you are only going to make as much as you have these products, these reactants. So if one of them runs out, you stop making it. You are done. The reaction is over. So really what you do, pick the smaller number. That's all you have to do. So this number is smaller, that's how much you make. That's it. Barium nitrate is referred to as our limiting reagent. It's the one that determines how much we're going to make. It's limiting. It runs out. Okay. This is our theoretical yield. Sorry, this number. This is our theoretical yield. And this up here, just to keep naming things, is our excess reagent. That's a lot of vocabulary, but that's everything we have from this problem. And our answer is 4.91, 3 sig figs. All right? Stay tuned. There'll be more.